Hello guys, this is your friend and we are back with a new fanfic. What if Naruto has harem with Mito Uzumaki and Tsunade Part 3? And if you enjoy this fanfic then please press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more fanfic like this and comment for next part. And now let's start the fanfic. Tsunade-chan, can I stay with you tonight? I can't sleep, I just can't sleep. So can I stay? He looks up at the busty blonde. Tsunade didn't say a word, she let her young ninja in her bedroom and closed door. Tsunade wasn't sure what brought Naruto so down into this form of sadist upon him. Whatever it was, the two made love that night. Her company clams him down but that night Tsunade stayed with him and she didn't not letting him out of her sights. Outside from Tsunade's window, Ash the Raven watched as he knew how hurt his young master was right now. And from Ash's eyes linked an open view to another. In another realm, the Crowfather watched. He saw everything that happened within Naruto's soul. He saw a reunion of blood, shatter by a soul-stealing fiend. Did you give it to him? A voice spoke beside the Crowfather. You're late, Crowfather said with a glare. Crowfather's guest remained silent as the old one sighed but spoke once more. But yes, he has it. But he is young. The Crowfather looked to his right staring at his unknown guest. They are all young, but it must be done. The boy has grown last since I saw him. As a newborn he would have died but fate decided to show mercy. This time he will meet his fate and from there I will take care of it. The unknown voice said. You think so? I don't think, I know. I see. Crowfather nodded. He will win, but not without a cost. I never thought he would be the one, a mortal who has claim a piece of death's power. The unknown person chuckled, while Crowfather couldn't shake the look of sadist. Something wrong Crowfather. He met his parents after 12 years, but he lost them again. The demon came again and took them. The boys will nearly shatter at that moment. I am surprised he is not consumed by fury. It's because he's familiar with losing things as such allies, loved ones. Losing his parents again is something no one ever dealt with. No one but him at that is. You know this is your fault. I know, the voice said, and you want the boy to clean up your mess. He is but one, the others did not become greedy with the power I gave them. Selecting 5 humans upon death and turning them into Reaper's wraiths wasn't a good idea. I was against it and so did your brothers and sister. Crowfather shook his head in disappointment. Nonetheless it had to be done. I was needed elsewhere, I need others to take my place. I returned to reap 2 souls that night. 2 souls, but I thought you only went after the boy. Crowfather looked confused. No, the boy, and his mother. The boy original was supposed to die after his birth, mother supposed to die upon giving birth. But their deaths didn't go as planned. The mother proven to be stronger than I thought and so did the boy. And so was the boy supposed to die. Illness as a baby, be it an early case of the chicken pox or another cause. Either way the mother and son was supposed to die that timeline through that week. However everything changed, I was going to take Minato's and Kushina's souls in exchange for the boy. But that's when he came. Yes. Death. Death stood beside Crowfather as he wore a dark purple cloak with a matching color hood that hid his face from the old one. No Crowfather, I know I have created another sin. First it was sparing the Nephilim souls and now this. But from that sin, you brought back mankind. Death, why don't you give the boy more time? It will some time for him to find the Reaper wraith again. Crowfather, as he smiled at the horseman. 2 months, I'll give him 2 months before I collect. He's already 12 years long overdue. Death pointed at the old one, as Crowfather smiled after being pointed by Death. What of Mito? He asks the Reaper. The Well of Souls. So she decided to begin a new life. Crowfather nodded his head. Actually she picked a different rebirth. She lives yet she still remains a soul. Crowfather let out a sudden laughter. She has become a bloodless. No, she is far from that fallen state. Crowfather let lost. He wonders what death do. What shall become of the woman's soul? She waits for her partner to die so he can join her. I have chosen the replacement for the Reaper of the East. If everything goes well, then my new plan will work just fine. Death chuckle. Crowfather grew a small smile as he also chuckle. What plan do you have, foolish one? Crowfather wonders as he smiled. You'll see, Crowfather. Goodbye, old one. But before Death left, Crowfather spoke quickly. Death, tell Mito when her partner dies. Bring him to me. Why? I would have to have a word with him. His soul is different from the others. His soul remains me of the new first ones. Crowfather's words made Death pause just for a moment. Very well, but I doubt that he would share blood with the first ones. The humans didn't just restart with two people like Adam and Eve did. Death shook his head. I know, but do an old man a favor. Crowfather said as Death left without saying a word. Crowfather turned his attention back to the portal view through Ash's eyes. Naruto would not finally meet the demon he'd been longing to seek for 2 months. During that time he spends his day and time as normally he would. Being a ninja to others while being a friend to some and being troublemaker to others and being a lover to one woman. Naruto was enjoying his mortal life, counting down the days as each one passes. Counting down the hours he spends with his teammate and friends, counting down the moment together with Tsunade. Though he smiles and laughs with them, deep down within his was afraid of dying, to leave all of this behind once he dies. But he stood his ground and was ready to face what is yet to come. He was ready to face his end, but most of all he was ready to fight the demon he seeks. 2 months later, Naruto's apartment. 2 months has passed, him and Tsunade have become lovers. But this morning he woke up alone. It was raining outside, it was raining hard. Dear Naruto, got a meeting with the old goats again, sorry I didn't make breakfast. I will make it up to you for dinner. Love, Tsunade. P.S. There's no mission for you guys since it raining like cats and dogs. Naruto was eating breakfast he made for himself, while Ash was eating a can of blood worms. While the two were eating together, Naruto heard a voice. Help me, help me. The voice cried. The voice was faint, but he heard it. Naruto got dressed and set out to find where the voice was coming from. Naruto wore a dark orange jacket with a hood, while wearing dark blue pants. Naruto had a grim-like appear from his new outfit. Naruto's face was hidden underneath his hood. The heavy rain didn't bother Naruto at all, while some were running and as others had large umbrellas. Naruto walked through it all. The voice was coming from a small alleyway. Naruto peeked around the corner as his right blue eye could be shown as he peeked. Naruto saw a lost soul walking down the alleyway crying while calling out for help. Naruto frowned for lost soul he saw. The soul was a little boy who was around Konohamaru's age. He wasn't sure how this boy died or why he didn't pass on. Naruto was starting to think the reapers that Death left behind were getting lazy when it came to finding dead souls, especially the lost ones. But Naruto kept his guard up though. Even though he saw a little lost boy, Naruto smelled foulness in the air. 2 months in Naruto was using his ability to find and track down lost souls was very helpful. During 2 months, Naruto found lost souls of many residents of Konoha. Some that knew who he was and some who didn't. But found Naruto very rare and curious souls he came across. But that was important right now. Help. Someone please help me. Why no one see me? Can they hear me? Where's mommy? I miss her. The little boy cried. I can hear you, Naruto said to the little boy. The little boy gasps when he heard Naruto's voice. The little boy didn't turn around but spoke to Naruto. Who are you? I'm a helper. You're lost. Do you know where your parents are? He asks the little boy as he wonders if he would see the boy's parents somewhere else. What's your name? The little boy asked. Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. The Uzumaki gave a small smile. Naruto Uzumaki. Funny, that's my name. The little boy said. Naruto's left eyebrow raised up in confusion. The little boy turned around as Naruto's eyes widen open in shock. The little lost soul he saw was none other than himself. Naruto was so confused. How was this possible? You're me. How is that possible? He said as the little Naruto chuckled while grinning. It's because He has a part of your soul. The little Naruto's voice grew dark. Naruto stepped back as the little Naruto transformed into a tall being with light purple skin with yellow demonic eyes. The being laughed as it ate its lips. It had long wide white hair, it wore a white coat. Naruto's blue eyes changed to red as he bares his teeth. Naruto was glaring at the demon whose appears upon being summoned by the Reaper Death Seal. The Reaper demon took a quick slash with its claws, but Naruto dodged them and roundhouse kicked the demon in the face. Naruto's right and left arm change into bones. I'm going to gut you like a fish. Naruto threatened the Reaper demon. The demon just laughs at Naruto. The demon grabs its chest and rips it open as Naruto gasped for what he saw. Inside the demon's chest he saw a large number of souls within. He didn't see his parents or the two Hokages, which made him worry. The demon ran away from Naruto while laughing. You're not getting away from me. He growled. Naruto followed the Reaper demon through the village. Naruto took whatever chance he would to strike it with his scythe. Unaware to him, few people of his village him jumping from rooftop to rooftop yelling in fury. Naruto. Tsunade and Shizune spotted Naruto on a rooftop. Tsunade saw Naruto's arms were missing, but yet when he was on a rooftop they saw a statue being thrown at him by nothing. Naruto yelled as the statue was sliced in two by nothing. Tsunade saw in Naruto's eyes, his eyes were red. He was using the Kyuubi's chakra, but how he became armless was unknown. Growing worry, Tsunade followed after her young lover. Naruto followed the Reaper demon to the hidden forest. The hidden forest. The hidden forest, a place where many battles took place. The forest had marked a line between the forest to the road to Konoha. But most of all, this was where the fourth Hokage fought and defeated the Nine Tails and Dai. When the Reaper demon was about to escape through a portal, a giant scythe suddenly was thrown as it sliced the open portal in half. The demon turned around to see a furious Uzumaki glaring at it. He has hunted down the Reaper demon. The demon had no other place to go. You're not going anywhere, buddy. This is it, you're mine now. You own me some souls. Those souls belong to me, he said to the demon. The Reaper demon just laughs and told him to bring it on. Your soul is mine. Naruto ran towards the Reaper demon. The demon dodged Naruto's dash attack. The demon grabbed Naruto's by the throat and smashed him to the ground. The demon stabs him in the stomach with its right hand. Naruto yells in pain as he felt the demon was trying to rip out his soul. But suddenly Ash came from nowhere and strike at the demon's face as he peeked away. The demon let go of Naruto and grabbed Ash and knew him away. Naruto stepped away from the demon. Naruto kept his guard up. But suddenly the demon once again ate its lips. The demon opens its mouth as Naruto heard a familiar voice that reached his ears. Naruto, why did you leave us, Naruto? He heard his mother's voice. Naruto growls at the demon for taunting him. He knew that wasn't his mother calling to him. The demon brought out a large knife and ran towards Naruto. Naruto and the demon slash their blades as they clash one after another. While clashing their blades, the demon dodged Naruto's down slash and once again grabbed him by the throat. Naruto kicked the demon in the face, but his kick did no effect. The demon just laughs at the Uzumaki. Naruto then jammed the bottom of his scythe into the demon's right eye. The demon dropped Naruto as it howled in pain. Naruto sliced off its right arm clear off. The demon's right arm turned into souls as those free souls were absorbed into Naruto's body. Naruto's eyes suddenly glow bright. Naruto felt his power growing after absorbing those souls. Naruto felt a large number of souls flowing through his body. That was one arm, but yet I felt like I just absorbed 20 souls. He said to himself. The demon roared at Naruto. The demon dashed at the Uzumaki and slashed Naruto's face with a dash claw slash. But the demon's eyes widened in fear as Naruto's face healed so quickly from the attack. Souls, they make good first aid if you use them right. I still have them, you're not getting them back. They belong to me now. Your days are numbered, demon. The demon dashed away from Naruto, as it was about to flee from the Uzumaki. But suddenly, just as it was about to flee through the thick woods, a long red chakra chain was suddenly launched as it impaled the demon in its chest. The demon bare its fangs as it looked over its right shoulder to see the chain came from Naruto. The red chakra chain was shot out from Naruto's left hand as he held his scythe with his right. I told you, your days are numbered, demon. The souls you have are mine. Your soul is mine. Naruto shouted at the demon. But the demon used its left hand to slice Naruto's chain. But sadly for the demon, another chain was quickly launched from Naruto's left hand. The demon looked at its chest to see there were 2 chains that impale him this time. At the end of the chain there was a pair of curve hooks. But before the demon was about to do anything else, a third chain was shot. The third chain's hook took on the shape of a harpoon spear. Get thee over here. Naruto pulled the demon towards him, as the demon flew towards him. Naruto sliced the demon in half. The demon screamed in agony as the demon felt the steel of death's scythe easily slice through its flesh as it burns. As the souls of the imprisoned dead flew out from the demon's cut-open body, the lost souls flew into the air as they quickly became lost. Naruto held out his scythe in the air as they souls were drawing to the scythe and thus were absorbed into it. But there were 4 souls that still floated in the air but came down and took solid form. Minato Namikaze, Kushina Uzumaki, Hashirama Senju and his brother Tobirama Senju stood before the young Uzumaki. The 2 Hokages bowed their heads to Naruto, thanking him for freeing them, as Minato and Kushina hugged Naruto thanking him for saving them from a fate worse than death. Naruto. He heard Tsunade's voice. He looked back and saw his girlfriend there alone. What was she doing here, the young ninja wondered. When she arrived and saw what was going on, she saw her grandfather and granduncle along with Minato and Kushina standing there with Naruto. Tsunade was shocked for what she saw. Tsunade was just about to faint, but Hashirama quickly made a wooden chair that caught Tsunade as she fell down. I'm confused what's happening. How is you are all here? You're dead, all of you are. Tsunade said with a frown. The 4 looked at each other before they looked at Naruto. We were Tsunade, we were. But this boy saved us, he saved our souls. Tsunade's grandfather told him. Naruto did? She asked as everyone nodded. Before she even had a chance of asking, Naruto spoke. It's a long story, Tsunade-chan, trust me. He told his older girlfriend. But we cannot stay for long. We must go. Minato said as Kushina frowned. Naruto frowned, but his frown changed to a smile even though they were going to leave him again. He was just happy to free his parents from a dark fate. Naruto saw Tsunade hug her grandfather and granduncle as she never did had a chance of saying goodbye to either of them. Tsunade, I see you have become the next Hokage. You made me proud, Tsunade. The will of fire is now passed on to you. I know you will bring Konoha into a bright future. Hashirama told his granddaughter. Tsunade had no words to say to her grandfather but only smile and shed a tear. While everyone was having a tearful reunion before saying their final goodbyes to their loved ones, Naruto heard Ashika warn Naruto. Naruto looked to see the Reaper demon was still alive. Even though it was sliced in half, the upper body was alive and active. The demon saw its souls were free and it left the demon in need of great hunger. The demon set its sights on Tsunade being a fresh soul. The demon dashed towards Tsunade as it opens its mouth. Tsunade's eyes in fear as she felt her body suddenly froze up. Naruto pushed Tsunade out of the way as it stunk its teeth into Naruto's neck. The demon ripped out Naruto's throat. No, Naruto! Tsunade and Kushina screamed. Naruto fell to his knees as he held his neck. Naruto felt his life quickly drawing away from him. He glared at the Reaper demon as the demon consumed the piece of flesh from Naruto's throat. The demon looked at everyone else and dashed towards them hoping to regain its losses. But suddenly a giant pair of red skeleton hands came from nowhere and grabbed the Reaper demon by the throat. Choking the demon with its right hand, the left hand grabbed the demon's head and ripped it off. Upon its head being ripped off, a large sum of souls bust out from the demon's neck. Naruto wasn't sure whose skeleton arms those belonged to. But it didn't matter, he was going to die. Crashing down to the ground as blood was leaking out. Tsunade couldn't do a thing to stop it. She felt powerless just as when Dan died. Naruto could hear the sound of his heartbeat. Bump, 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 bump. So this is how I will die, huh? He thought. His breath grew short. His sight started to fuzz out. Bump, 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 bump. She's alive, that is all I care about right now. I knew I was going to die, but never know this was the way. Bump, bump, bump. Seeing Tsunade was crying as well as Kushina was too. At least I got to see them again. At least I know their souls are safe. I suppose I lived a good life, I guess. Bump, bump, bump. Naruto didn't know, but he was shedding tears as his life faded away bit by bit. His death was a slow one. He didn't feel the pain of his ripped throat. All he could feel is happiest and yet sorrow as well. Bump, bump. Suddenly Naruto saw Mito standing right behind Tsunade. Mito was too sad by what has happened. Was he seeing this or was it true? Was he seeing her there because he too cared for her or he did love her like he did for Tsunade? He didn't know as it didn't matter at this moment. Bump, bump. He saw Mito touched Tsunade's left shoulder. Bump. Tsunade looked over her left shoulder and saw her supposed dead grandmother standing right there in her youthful form. Bump. Tsunade's eyes widened in shock. Naruto saw Mito spoke but he couldn't hear what she said. And finally Naruto heard the last sound of his heartbeat gave out. Naruto closed his now soulless blue eyes as he slowly grew a smile. Do not give in to despair, my granddaughter. Was the last thing Naruto heard before his life finally met its ultimate end. 12 years long overdue. Death has finally claimed Naruto Uzumaki's soul. For he shall live again. Mito Uzumaki stood there at the tree of death. She was alone, for she was just a vessel to deliver 5 souls that are long overdue. Mito opened her right hand as 4 small green orbs came out and took form behind her. Appearing behind her was the long-dead Hokages and Minato and Kushina. None were deeply saddened by the death of Naruto than Mito and Kushina. Naruto wasn't there, for he was kept in a different place unlike the others. What will you do with Naruto's soul? Minato asked Mito. Mito didn't answer Minato for a moment. Mito turned around staring at the 4 before she spoke. Out of you 4, Naruto is on death's special list. Though you survived giving birth Kushina, but both you and Naruto were supposed to die. But everything didn't go as death planned. He was gonna take yours and Minato's soul in exchange for Naruto's, but you were stolen from him. Naruto's time was always out, he was borrowing time. Mito said. What do you mean borrow time? Minato asked. Minato, you weren't supposed to die. Where do you think your lifetime went? Both Minato and Kushina gasped together. You mean? Mito nodded to the couple. Your son was a dead man to begin with. But he was just borrowing Minato's time. Death allowed him to live long enough. You could say he let him live long enough to get rid of that demon. Mito turned around while still frowning. I'm confused. Minato frowned. When we arrive at the kingdom all will be explained. But right now I have to deliver Naruto's soul. Mito. Mito heard her husband spoke her. Mito looked back at her husband and smiled. Don't worry, we'll have our chat when I return, my love. I have a job I must complete. Draven will be brings you to the kingdom. Mito turned to look as she saw Draven and 2 of the lords of the dead arrive. Mito. Kushina spoke her name. Mito looked at the Uzumaki mother. Bring him back to us. She said. Don't worry, he'll just fine. In a blink of the eye Mito vanish. Elsewhere. Naruto's location. Floating in the abyss, Naruto had his eyes closed. His body was in the state of his mortal form. His throat was ripped out, yet there was no blood, just an open wound. While floating in the abyss of nothingness, voices he could hear within his mind. Have you wondered, death, why you are untouched while those around you wither and rot in the grip of corruption? Could it be that you are already blackened by the sin of betrayal? How can you defeat that which seethes in your own heart? You cannot stop me, without forever damning your soul. See the power that you birthed. I've killed my fallen brother, stopped the corruption, I stand, at last, at the well of souls. With no idea what I must do next. Naruto heard death let a sad chuckle. It is quite simple, but yet most difficult. Naruto heard Crowfather's voice. I am in no humor for riddles, Crowfather. Death sighed. You may wrap the power of the well to return the kingdom of man, or you may resurrect the Nephilim. But know that choosing one will forever doom the other. Crowfather warned Death. My brother, war. I would protect him above all. Is it truly war you're doing this to protect above all? I said I would show of war's innocent. And I will. Who would have thought? Death would bring life. Crowfather chuckled. Wake up, little one. Mito's voice spoke. Unknown location. Naruto's eyes open, looking around as he discovers himself within a new place. Naruto had found himself within a forest that was rich with life. Naruto looked at himself and found himself in the form of his soul, but however when he felt his neck, he didn't felt the hole in it. I fixed you. A voice said. Naruto looked back to see Mito sitting on a rock. Where am I? He asks. A place of beyond. She answers. Why did you bring me here? Where are my parents? Are they safe? Did everyone make it safe? He asked as Mito nodded. Calm yourself, Naruto. Everyone is fine. They made it to the kingdom of the dead. You are here because you are needed. Mito said with a small smile. By whom? I would be the one. A familiar voice spoke. Naruto turned to see the Crowfather standing there. Naruto saw Ash standing on the Crowfather's right shoulder. Crowfather, but how? Why am I here? I thought you would have met your end. The old one smiled. But every end has a new beginning. Mito said with a small smile. She's correct. You are a special soul, Naruto. You have met your end. But your role is not over. Crowfather pointed at the young soul. Naruto was struck with sorrow. He felt cheated once again. He thought once he die he could be with his family and live well in afterlife. Feel cheated once again? Crowfather asked Naruto. I do. I thought once I died. I thought I would be with my parents again. I know Tsunade-chan will die, but later in life. I feel not only betray, but I feel that I betray her. He sighed with a frown. No need to worry, child. She knows of what you will become. In time you will see her again. Mito had a talk with her after you met your end. Crowfather explained to the young Uzumaki. Why am I here? I thought I only used death's power for my own ends and as well as take care of that monster. He was lost, but Mito and Crowfather looked at one another as they nodded. Naruto, you have used that power you were given quite well. More than we ever thought. But however you are still a rookie when it comes to such power. That is why Death has decided to make you the replacement Reaper of the one whom you have destroyed. Mito said as Naruto looked at the Crowfather to see if this was true. Yes, what Mito spoke of is true. But you will be allowed, you will be watched as well, you will have a partner. Mito will be your partner and Ash will be your watcher. But you need to learn how to control your power. That is why Death has sent him to assist you. Crowfather didn't sound happy when he mentions another person will help Naruto. Who is him? Naruto raised his right eyebrow. You will see him soon. Crowfather paused, but for now there you will be here to control your power before you become of great use. This place is beyond Earth. A place which is near its end but at the same time also near its beginning, a world trapped between life and death. Mito explains to Naruto. Wow, that's deep. The young soul nodded. Crowfather, before whatever you and Mito have plans for me. I want to return to the kingdom of the dead. I want to finish what a soul like me needs to do. Also, if I am become a Reaper, this might be the last time I'll ever see my partners. Before I can move on, I wish some closures with my parents. He told them. Mito looked at Crowfather for a moment as the old one gave a nod. Very well, but know this. You cannot enter the well of souls. Your soul is a soul not ready to enter well. Yet you have a role to play in death. Crowfather told the young Uzumaki. I know. Naruto chuckled. But before you go, Naruto, would you like me to tell you the reason why you lived until now? Have it ever made you wonder? Crowfather said. Naruto paused for a moment as he took a quick thought. Sure, why not? Knowing more about why I survived this long doesn't hurt. The young Uzumaki grinned. Kingdom of the dead. Ah, back already are we? Naruto heard a familiar voice upon entering the kingdom. Looking to his right he saw Draven the master of blade. Back for now, the young soul said. We'll see if the king allows you to leave. Draven shook his head. He will leave, he has special permission. Mito spoke. Special permission? Ba doesn't matter what to be done needs will be done. Draven said as the two Uzumaki left off to the judge house. Upon arriving at the judge house where the dead are judged for the events of lives that will impact the fate of their souls. Naruto stood in front of the count of the dead, ready to be judged by one of the new lords of the dead from the crown of souls who watched from the stands. Upon in the roles of souls were Kushina, Minato and the first and second Hokage. State your name and death. The lord of the dead spoke. Naruto Uzumaki, son of Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. Death by slaying a death god, only to have my throat rips apart. Naruto spoke. Speak of any sins you have done or forever hold your soul's fate. The lord of the dead again spoke. My only sin and regret is not being with the woman I loved. I was dead since birth, only borrowing the time my father given me. Though I hated my village for what they have done to me, unknowing such hidden truth from them all, I accept the fate of my soul whoever it goes in this afterlife. I have no regret for I have no sin to speak. Naruto's words truthful and pure. Although your life has been cruel and you been case as a monster. You come before judgment, I see no hatred within your eyes. The woman you love is far older than you. You have performed incest with her. Knowing this you claim you have done no sin. Lord of the Dead said. Naruto remained silent as all eyes were on Naruto. He didn't care if they were sickened or accept what he has done. He remembered what Mito told him, all secrets must be known or else he will not finish his trial. Yes, even though she's older than me and we are related but only by far from clansmen. I still love Tsunade-chan. And I was willingly to die for her and I would do it again. We do unbelievable things to survive and go for the same to save the ones we love. Judge me now if you want sent me to hell or the unknown. But that alone will not wipe the love I have for Tsunade Senju nor will destroy for what I am, for I am a Uzumaki. Naruto said. Suddenly underneath Naruto a bright green light flash, Naruto close while blocking the bright light flash. When the flash of light faded, Naruto felt completely different, he felt good, really good. But there's something odd, just like before he felt incomplete somehow. But nevertheless he has been judged. Judgment is done. Outside of the house of judgment. Ah, so you did get judge after all. Draven's voice was heard. Naruto looked to see Draven leaning against the wall. Yes. I told ya. Now I have other business to do. Naruto said. Well, good luck with that task, but before you go I believe there's some people want to see you before you go off. Draven jerked his head to the right as Naruto saw Mito with Kushina and Minato. Minato and Kushina walked over to Naruto only to hug their son. You did good, kid. Minato smiled at his son. Naruto, it's time to go. Mito said. I know. He said with a frown. Where are you going, Naruto? Kushina frowned. Death offers me a chance. Since I killed the Reaper demon I was given a spot to fill in. I will become a Reaper, but unlike it I won't be alone nor will I be greedy as it. I wanted to return to the kingdom of the dead to finish my judgment before I go. And also I wanted to see you guys again before I go. I may never see you ever again. But I know that I have parents and they loved me, even though, what you given me wasn't quite the best gift a parent should give their children. Minato sweat dropped while Kushina hugged her son. We'll miss you, Naruto. Minato said. I know. He nods. Time is different here. It may take years before you guys' judgment is fulfilled, so who knows? We might see each other again or in another life. Naruto's words made Kushina tear up. Mom, don't cry, I was just guessing. He sweat drop along with Minato. I just wish we could have lived the life we could have been. Kushina said. I know, but it is how it is. Life is cruel, but I'm a big boy. I take handle myself, I did for all my life. He grins at his parents. And he's my granddaughter's lover, that counts for something. I suppose losing his virginity to a mature woman isn't a big deal. Mito looked at Naruto with a wide smile. Naruto blushed when Mito spoke of this in front of his parents. Oh Naruto, Kushina covered her mouth as she blushed. That's my boy. Minato teased his son, causing Naruto to blush deeper. Not helping Mito-sama. The young Uzumaki sighed and looked away while in embarrass in front of his parents. The elder Uzumaki just laughed and smiled at her granddaughter's lover. Naruto, there is a few things I need to take care of before I help you. I will teleport you to the Crowfather, he will help you from there. I will join shortly after I finish here. Naruto nodded. Mito reached her right hand out as a simply wave of her right hand. Naruto vanished in the blink of the eye. Your son is strong, Kushina. Both you and your husband should be proud of him. Because of him I was able to face my judgment. Mito frowned at first but she smiled in end. Mito, you will move on as we. She heard her husband's voice. She turned around to see him and his brother there. That I cannot do, my love, the world is much different now, long since our deaths. The Biju you have given to each of 5 great nations has left such a mess. And now this boy is the Nine Tails host, I will be the boy's watcher, he maybe that's all left of my people. Mito said with a frown. But Naruto helped me, because of him I have overcome what have shadowed me for all of my life and afterlife. I am me again. Hashirama placed his hands on his wife's shoulder as she looked into his eyes, seeing him smiling at her made her smile. Go Mito, the boy needs your wisdom more than ever. I can feel a great power within him, not the powers of death but something more much. I will finish my judgment and go the well. This soul of mine has been through a lot and final rest is what it needs. For I know Konoha is in safe hands of our granddaughter, I believe in her and I believe in the boy. Together they will make Konoha's fire burn ever brighter. Hashirama's words were strong as they filled with truth. Mito say farewell her husband, for she knows she will never see him again. Maybe in another life, but for now she needed elsewhere. For the fate of a soul now rests within her care now. Elsewhere, Naruto's location. Naruto found himself within a place he was not familiar with. The place he was teleported to was a large arena. Complete your judgment you have. Crowfather's voice was heard. Naruto looked to his right to see the Old One standing there. Beside the Old One was a tall being in golden color armor. What is this? He asked them. This place is where your training will take place. Here time has no effect upon this place. The Old One said. Let me guess, the big guy here will be here to help train me, huh? Is he him, the one you spoke of early? Naruto asked. No, I am not the one, young warrior. That would be my master, the one whom has battled death long ago. He looks forward in meeting with you. The golden armor giant spoke. Ah, you made it. I'm so glad I finally get to meet the little soul that death talks so much about. Your appearance surprises me, but we can't judge a book by its cover now, can we? A voice spoke that caught everyone's attention. Naruto looked around but didn't where the voice was coming from. But suddenly a blue symbol with the words wicked appeared to Naruto's right. Out from the symbol was a person. He was 5 inches taller than Naruto and the Crowfather. His skin was gray, for his appearance was that of a zombie. His eyes were soulless gray. He wore torn black pants as shirtless he was, wearing a black top hat on his head, while holding a gentleman's cane. Crowfather looked very displeased upon seeing the zombie gentleman for reason were unknown to Naruto. Master, you have returned. The golden giant spoke. Who is he? Naruto asked. The young man would be a gentleman and introduce himself first before asking, no. The zombie gentleman spoke. Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. He introduced himself. The zombie gentleman smiled as he slightly lifted his top hat while looking at the young Uzumaki. Allow me to introduce myself, I am Sir Wicked Killington. It's a pleasure to meet you. And you, young man, has been invited. Welcome to the Crucible. It's have been 5 years since Naruto's death in the mortal world. Time flowed differently of the world of the undead and the world of the living, upon his training of becoming a Reaper agent. Standing in the middle of a large arena ring, was a very dark blue tall being. The tall being's face is completely hidden by a hood. It seemed to have no legs, as giant skeletal wings sprout from its back. It had large bony hands while holding large scythe. Standing in front of it was Mito Uzumaki. Her eyes were closed, as if she was waiting for something to happen. The large hooded man reached out to Mito. Mito's eyes shot open as she quickly turned around. In an instant she transforms into a giant hooded being as well. Only different was Mito wore a red hood. She didn't have bony wings but rather flames wings. She grabbed the giant hooded man's bony wrist and smashed him to the smash. The giant hooded man looked at Mito, who stared down at him. The hooded man tackled Mito down to the floor. Mito head-butted the man and grabbed him by the shoulders and threw him into the air. Mito snapped her bony fingers as a giant bone spear from the sky. The hooded man saw the flying spear coming towards him. He grabbed the bone spear and threw it at Mito. The bone spear impacted Mito in the chest. Mito returned to her human form as the bone spear vanished. The hooded man looked down at the female Uzumaki, as she looked up at her hooded foe. Well done. Took you 5 years, but you were able to beat me in my Reaper form. Mito laughed. The hooded man twisted in a circle to transform, only to show his true form, which was Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto Uzumaki appearance had charged overtime. His appearance was that of an 18-year-old. Naruto learned the ways of his death power and learned how to control it with Mito's, Wicked K's and Crowfather's help. Ah, well done. What a show that was, my dear boy. Wicked K appeared before the two. Man, felt like forever since we began the training. Naruto cracked his neck. Ha 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 ha, true, but time waits for no one, my young friend. Wicked K said. Indeed. Naruto said with a sad look. What's wrong, my friend? K asked the young lad. I worry about my loved ones. I wonder what they're doing now, especially Tsunade. He told Wicked K. Ah yes, I know how that feels. When I was alive, I too had loved ones. But I will tell you this, my young friend, worrying will do no good. If the mind is troubled, it will affect the body. And with the body goes with your strength. Sir. K is right, Naruto. Worrying will do you no good. But it has been a while since we started our lesson. I believe a break is needed. We have been going for a long time. Mito smiled at her young Uzumaki. Kingdom of the Dead. Naruto and Mito arrive at the kingdom only to be greeted by an undead knight. What business you have? He asked them. Visiting friends. Calm yourself, knight. The king knows the business I have and what the young man I am company with. Mito told the undead knight. The king of the undead is no more. The kingdom of the undead is thrown into chaos. Only us knight are the ones keeping the kingdom together. He explained. What? The king's dead? How can that be? Mito was shocked. Ah, that would be work of an assassin. We do not know who the assassin was or who the assassin worked for. The undead knight said. Wait, if the kingdom is in chaos, what of the souls that lived in the kingdom or those ready to enter the well of souls? Naruto asked the undead knight. Worry not, young one. The souls are protected only. It is the king's will of what souls goes in. If any soul goes unchecked, many problem will awake. He said. Why is that? Naruto asked. Because every soul who enter the realm of the kingdom must be known. If this soul is not known or found, the soul has a high risk of becoming bloodless. He explained. Who could want the king dead? Naruto wonder. Throne of the dead. Worry of the state of the undead. Mito entered the throne of the king. Naruto accompany her and also make sure nothing bad happens to his Uzumaki elder. Hoping to see where the chancellor was. However, the chancellor wasn't in the throne room. Where's the chancellor? Mito asked one of the undead knights. We do not know. We disappear shortly after the king's death. The knight told Mito, wanting to be helped Mito out and not be useless before his lover's grandmother's eyes. The young Uzumaki spoke up. Does anyone know where the assassin went? He asked the knight. There has been word of seeing an undead across the land of the dead. Cross from the desert of the rot there, a prison where those who pose a threat to the king are held. The knight told Naruto. A prison, huh? Naruto closed his eyes to think. Can you bring us 2 horses? The travel as far, I dare not teleport to lands we're not familiar with. Mito asked the knight. The knight bowed his head and walked off. Naruto, meet me outside of the kingdom, there's something I must look into. Mito told him. You're not with this kingdom, but yet this worries you so. He smiled. True. Death I serve now, but I've the king long before. This kingdom is very important no matter who I serve now. Both nod their head to one another before slipping up. Outside, waiting for Mito to arrive with the horses, alone he was outside the kingdom of the dead. So you are little soul that death has chosen. A calm unknown voice spoke. Naruto looked around to see where the voice was coming from. To be honest, I thought you looked more demonic from the tales I've heard. Floating behind Naruto was a large demon with two horns as the